Hello my lovelies, it is time for a very special video, so stay tuned. Hello my lovelies, oh my goodness, do I have something special to talk to you about. I've got a lot of something specials to talk to you about today. Oh, okay, so I'm gonna kind of break this video up into, I guess, chapters, and you'll be able to click and go to any part that you're interested in. But as of the day that this video posts, I will have been on YouTube for 5 years. 5 years, oh my gosh. That is wild. Like, I think about when I first started, how little Xander was. Like, he was just a little guy. Like, he was 11 years old. Yeah, and now he's 16 and he's bigger than me. Like, that's crazy to think about. He's grown up on YouTube. And so I wanted to celebrate this day with you as well. This has been such an amazing experience for me, being, you know, having this channel, having all of you, getting to know so many of you. So I wanted to make this video that is my 5-year Booktube anniversary video, and I'm going to talk about, well, first we're gonna have a Q&A. I've been gathering questions from several of you on all my different platforms, so we're gonna have a Q&A, and I'm going to answer these questions to the best of my ability. Sorry if there's noise, there is an Einstein under my desk. Then after the Q&A, I'm going to tell you about my coffee memberships. Oh my goodness, I started a coffee, and it's like Patreon, but I think it's better because, like, Patreon takes like ridiculous fees and stuff that coffee doesn't take nearly that many. And I'm just so excited because I've come up with like really awesome things for you guys, and so exciting. And then I'm also going to tell you about a giveaway. And it's a big giveaway. It's the biggest giveaway that I have ever done. I'm excited. Okay, so I took screenshots of like all of these different questions that everybody asked me. So I'm gonna pull up those and we're just gonna go through them. Okay, so the first question I have is, and I'll put it like here if I can, or somewhere here. It's from the chick who reads. She said, how many books do you own? And I honestly don't know. I know that I own, or the last I checked was over 2,000. I've recently unhauled a lot of books, and I'm probably going to be unhauling a lot more books soon. When I say unhaul, I still actually have them. They're just, I'm going to be getting rid of them. I haven't figured out exactly where I'm getting rid of them. I may put them on like Pango Books or eBay, or take them to McKay's, or save some for a free little library or something. I don't know yet. But I would say probably around maybe 1,900 now. I might have a little less after, you know, than 2,000 after I've gotten rid of those 300. Okay, the next question is from my friend Cher, and I'm just gonna put hers down here, but her question is, what character do you most identify with? Oh gosh. I feel like I most identify with multiple different characters. You know, for example, I identify with Clary Frey from the Mortal Instruments because of how oblivious she kind of can be, and her personality and that kind of thing. But I also know that a lot of people do not like Clary Frey. I also feel like Addie LaRue from The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I could identify with her, with like wanting to see everything and do everything and go places and explore and to not get old and to be able to stay young and all of that. So yeah, those are probably the two that I would most identify with, though I would like to identify a little bit more with maybe Tessa Gray from The Infernal Devices, because she's like, I don't know, in the beginning she's kind of ditzy, but I feel like she really gets her stuff together and she becomes like this really great mothering, nurturing, got her stuff together kind of person. Yeah. Okay, the next question is from Iva, and I can't pronounce the last name. It says, how are you? I'm great, thank you. I have a lot of stuff going on right now, which I'm sure I'll get to in these questions. A lot of stress, a lot of stress, a lot of things happening, but I'm excited about all of the things, so that's good. Could you please come to Croatia? I would love to meet you in person. I would love to come to Croatia. As I mentioned, I want to go everywhere and do everything and see everything. And so that is a country that I would love to go and visit at some point in time. And anytime I'm doing any of my travels, if I'm like going somewhere and you know, I've got free time and there's like viewers around that want to meet me, I am more than happy to meet you. And if you just happen to see me out in the world somewhere and you're like, hey, that's Melanie, come and say hi, please. Okay, next up is UK Chick 814, and she said, what's on your TBR for August? A lot. I have 21 books on my TBR for this month. I'm participating in the Aurelium Magical Readathon. I've got my TBR knockout. I've got Buzzword. I'm doing the things, lots and lots of things. I don't want to hold up all 21 books. I will refer you to my Wheel of TBR or my Cards Against Humanities, or not Cards Against Humanities, my Cards Against my TBR game. Those show my TBR for the month, and it's a fun time. Einstein now has a bone under my desk. Okay, the next question is from Nikki's Bookish Coven, and it says, will you be staying in Chattanooga or leaving that city? So right now I live just outside of the city limits of Chattanooga, and I'm planning on staying in this general area where I am. I'm actually only moving like 9 minutes away from where my house is right now. Though it is technically going to be in a different city than I'm in right now, but it's really not far. It's actually a little bit closer to where Marty works. So instead of it being like 15 minutes for him to drive to work, or 20 minutes or whatever it is, it's now going to be like 7 minutes for him to get to work. Sheila Cookie 1985 says, how come we don't see your daughter anymore? Well, she grown. She is grown. She is out of the house. The girl is married. She lives like 45 minutes away, and so we don't see her much. I mean, every once in a while, but not a lot. So yeah. Little Texas Reed asks, do you know exactly how many books you own? Well, I think I already answered that question as well as I can. Sarah Y says, what is your favorite fantasy middle grade? Ooh, that one's a good one. Ooh, I'm torn, I think, between Nevermore and Keeper of the Lost Cities. But I think I'm actually going to go with Keeper of the Lost Cities. Like, I haven't even completed reading that series, but I've read several of them. And it's by Shannon Messenger, and it is so much fun. Like, I freaking love that series. It's grade A. And they are chunky books, too. Jacqueline R says, well, she has a couple of questions. First is, do you have a favorite color you've dyed your hair? And how about a least favorite color you wouldn't dye it again? A favorite color. So there is this like, gosh, I don't know. That's a tough question. So I've had this really bright blue that I loved, and I had this great teal color that I loved. Green, I've loved the green. But then I've also loved orange, like this bright orange color. Now, as far as one that I probably wouldn't get again, and it's funny because like one of my favorites that I've had was this orange, but the one I wouldn't get again is this, I don't know, it's sort of like an orangish red color that if you check out this vlog that I'm gonna link up here, you'll be able to see. I think it's in that vlog that where I got my hair done this particular funky color, and I just really wasn't a fan. Another one I really didn't like was I tried to do this like platinum blonde, and then like instead of highlights I had like black and red in it. That just did not work well. I would not do that again. I was going for this Christina Aguilera look and it didn't work. Oh, Jacqueline also says, how many pets do you have? I know about Einstein and I was wondering if you have any more. Okay, so most people on here know about Einstein. He is my big giant bear of a puppy dog. He's a little over a year old now, and he's like 65 pounds, and he is literally like a freaking bear. He's just this fluffy, he's an Australian Shepherd. But I do actually own 2 dogs, Einstein being one of them, 2 dogs, 4 cats, and a bunny. So I'm gonna take pictures of each of them so I can show them instead of trying to like wrangle them in front of the camera. So here's Einstein. I don't know what pictures I'm gonna have up here, so I have no idea what position they're gonna be in. Einstein tends to be sprawled out on his back with everything out. And then we have Bella, my sweet Bella. She's an old girl. We've had her for 11 years now. And then going on to the cats, we have the oldest cat is Katniss, and we don't really know exactly how old she is, but she's really old. Like, we're guesstimating that she's like 15, 16 human years. She's old. We have owned her for like 3 years now, I think. We adopted her from the animal shelter. We actually went there looking for a different one of our cats, thinking that one of our cats might have gotten picked up because he was like lost. But he came home, but when we were there, we were just like, let's look at the animals that are there. And we brought another animal home. Yeah, so, and actually, YouTube helped name her. Like, yeah, it was cute. So her name is Katniss. And then we have Missy. She's super fluffy. She is like 11 years old as well. Love her. And we have one of her kittens, when she's not a kitten anymore. This is Sasha. Sasha is 5 years old now. And then we also have Tigger, and he is like our big giant Garfield of a cat. He actually likes lasagna and stuff just like Garfield. It's ridiculous. He once upon a time was a tough and fearful, like feared beast of a cat, and now we say he's retired and he's just a lazy couch potato now. But he's an awesome cat, and he is also like 11 years old. And then we have little bunny Fufu. He's so cute and so fluffy, and I just love him. When we got him, he was like super white, like all white everywhere, but now he does have like a couple of, and I don't know if the picture will show this, but he's got a couple of like dark spots around his head. He's so cute. He's like 5 months old now. He's so sweet. So those are all of my animals. A lot of them. Oh goodness. Nomi Borbley asks, how many unread books do you own? A lot. A lot. Hold on, let me see if I can Let me look on my Goodreads. I'm scared. Okay, so I was wrong about the amount of books that I own. It looks like I own, now granted, I don't have the unhauled, the 300 unhauled marked on here yet. But it looks like I own about closer to 3,000, not 2,000, closer to 3,000 books. Like 2,800 something. And so I guess I ended up saying the wrong number here. But in the end, I have about 2,100 that I have not read. Okay, so part of the thing is, like, when I read a book, if it rates like below 4 stars, I don't think I'm gonna read it again, and so it's got to go. And I'm actually getting to that point where even some of those 4 and 5 star books have to go because I'm just not gonna have room. And if I don't think I'm gonna read it again, I need to let it go. And I think it's gonna get to the point where I think, even if I think I'll read it again, I might have to get rid of it. Except for the ones that I love, like that I've read repeatedly. Like, I'm not going to be getting rid of any of my Cassandra Clare books because I'm obsessed. But yeah, there's some books I just wouldn't get rid of. The Lost Reader says, what's your top 10 favorite books of all time? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, I actually had to answer this question before with Clint and Kaylani, and so I had to go back and like find my list so I didn't forget anything. Now, I'm going to say some of them are going to be series instead of just the book, because for me it's the whole series counts. And these are not in any particular order. So we have The Infernal Devices by Cassandra Clare. That's probably my favorite of all the Shadowhunter series books. Then we have The Babysitter's Club by Ann M. Martin. That series will hold a special place in my heart always and forever. And I got to meet her, which was amazing. I got her to sign my original first, like, Christie's Great Idea. And I had a phone case at the time that actually looked like the first book in the Babysitter's Club series. And I got her to sign that too, which was really cool. Then of course Alice in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. I'm obsessed. I love Alice in Wonderland, and I love Alice in Wonderland retellings and just everything about it. I love it. A Court of Thorns and Roses series by Sarah J. Maas. This is probably, at this point in time, my favorite Sarah J. Maas series. Then we have Lightning by Dean Koontz. I don't know how to like describe this, but there's like, I can't say. There is a woman whose life keeps becoming endangered, and somebody that keeps coming into her life during these times to save her. It's so good. Then we have Death Prefers Blondes by Caleb Rohrig. I freaking love this book. And Caleb, we actually had, if you're fairly new here, we had Caleb on for one of the author chats for Season-a-thon. I'll link that up here if you want to go and check it out, because we actually did Death Prefers Blondes as a group book. I've read that book like multiple times. I freaking love it. It's so, so, so good. It's, gosh, there's sort of like a mystery thrillery aspect to it, but it's also like queer, it's emotional, it's got like, it gives you every feel pretty much. And let's just say that the main character, Margot, she leads a team of drag queen cat burglars, okay? It's awesome. Next is the Arc of a Scythe series by Neil Shusterman. I tell you, that series gave me like an existential crisis, because I was like, I want to hit the reset button. Why can't I hit the reset button and like go back to 21 or whatever it was? Yeah. And then there's a semi-definitive list of worst nightmares by Crystal Sutherland. This is another one that is just I've read it multiple times. I've recommended it to like everybody. Same with Death Prefers Blondes. We've had Crystal Sutherland on here. I believe we did a semi-definitive list of worst nightmares for our group book when House of Hollow was coming out. And yeah, we had her on and got to chat with her. And I got to get everybody to read a semi-definitive list of worst nightmares, which made me so happy. It's so good. It's about a girl who believes that she and every member of her family is cursed to die by their worst fear. And a newly found past friend, I guess, past classmate, helps her to try to conquer her fears. Then there's the Dorothy Must Die series by Danielle Page. I love The Wizard of Oz, and I'm actually working on reading the entire Wizard of Oz series, but I freaking love what Danielle Page did. And she made me see these characters, the Wizard of Oz characters, all in a very, very different light. And I don't think I could ever see these characters quite the same way after having read the Dorothy Must Die series. And then Storm and Fury series by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I've loved everything that I've read by Jennifer L. Armentrout so far. And so I'm actually wanting to go back, and I haven't finished the Storm and Fury series, though what I have read I've loved. But I want to go back and read all of her backlist, because I know a lot of her stories kind of tie in from one series to another, and yeah, I need to read them all. Okay, that was a really long answer for that question. Sorry. Okay, next, Suzanne Marie Scott says, how did you and your husband meet, and how long have you been together? So a non-bookish question. Fun. Marty and I, we met in high school, and when we met, he was dating somebody else, and she was a friend of mine. And well, honestly, I didn't really pay him any attention, because he was going out with a friend of mine, and he was just like a side character. Like, I blinders on, wasn't paying any attention to him. Apparently he had a crush on me though. And like 6 months after they broke up, he called me up. I thought he was a different Marty. And yeah, it was funny. But then we hit it off. It was great. We were ridiculously fast with like feelings and everything, because I was 17 and he was 18. We were babies. And yeah, we dated for 2 weeks. We were engaged for 3 weeks, and then we got married. Yeah. So our first date was on January 5th, 1998, and we got married on Valentine's Day of 1998. And we've been married almost 24 and a half years now. A long time. I tell him often it's a really good thing I like him. She also asks, what is the first chapter book you remember reading on your own, and do you own a copy? So I am sure, like there's no doubt in my mind that I read other ones before this, because heck, I read ones that were like Teddy Ruxpin and Rainbow Bright and stuff like that. I don't really remember those that well though. It's not something that sticks with me. The first one that I really remember that has stuck with me my entire life is The Babysitter's Club. And it's funny because I think that played a big part in my love for subscription boxes too, because essentially it was like my first subscription box kind of thing, but it wasn't a box, it was actually a bag. But when you were in school, you would get these little papers, and kids still get them, for Scholastic, and there's like the little book fairs at school. Well, at the back of these little flyers, every time there was like some kind of special something that you could sign up for, and it was like a monthly thing that you would get. And I got my mom to sign me up for the Babysitters Club one. And so every month I would get like two, I can't remember, 2 or 3, I think it was typically 2 Babysitter Club books. And it would come with like one arts and crafts kind of idea, like friendship bracelets or whatever. And I would get this every month, and I would just devour it like as soon as I got there. And I loved it. And I ended up with every single Babysitter's Club book. Like, I had them all the special editions, everything. And it was a lot of books, but I loved them so much. And my mom said I like started reading really early and just never stopped. And like, I've always had this love of reading. But yeah, that's the one that really, really sticks with me. And yes, I do own a copy, and I've gotten it signed by the author. It's probably one of my prized possessions, I would have to say. And my battery's dying, because, you know, it wouldn't be one of my videos if I didn't have to change out my battery at least a few times. So give me 1 second and I'll be right back. Okay, sorry if the angle changed. Let's see. Okay, our next question, or it looks like maybe multiple questions, are from Terrell Eugene Bellinger. Terrell always comes with like really hard questions for me, like always. They're really great questions, but they always stump me. Okay, so he says, would you rather be able to read only romance books with illustrated covers for the rest of your life, or read only middle grade books written by famous celebrities for the rest of your life? Okay, that one is actually easy, because I think I would rather read only romance with illustrated covers. I love romance, and I love those covers too, because I think they're so cute. Love romance. I love middle grade too, however, the fact that they're all written by famous celebrities, and that, to me, that says, yes, they might be excellent authors, but also they might not be. They might be celebrity, you know, for whatever other reason, and they've gotten the book deal just because they're a celebrity doesn't mean they necessarily can write well. So I would rather go with the romance. And then the next question is, who are your top 3 favorite YA authors of all time? Gosh, okay. Cassandra Clare, that's an absolute. Jennifer L. Armentrout. I'm torn on the last one. Oh, Victoria Schwab. Like, I love everything Victoria Schwab writes, so yeah. Oh, she would, yeah, probably Victoria Schwab. I don't know. That's so hard. I don't know if Anne M. Martin, you know, the Babysitter's Club, I don't know if that would actually count as YA, like YA from a long time ago. I don't know if that would count or not. If it does, I would probably say her. Okay, and their last question was, and which upcoming new releases are you most anticipating to read for the remainder of 2022? I'm really looking forward to the Sunbearer Trials, which is our group book for season-a-thon for this round. Let me see, what else do I have? Okay, one of the books that I'm really excited about that's coming out, it comes out September 6th. It's Court of the Vampire Queen by Katie Robert. I have loved everything I read by her, and that's one of them. I've pre-ordered a lot of books, but that's probably one of them I'm most excited for. Let's see what else. Ooh, A Very Merry Bromance. That comes out November 1st, and I love the Bromance Book Club so much, so I'm super, super excited for that one. Also, Gleanings, which is like stories from the Arc of Size series. That comes out November 8th. Yeah, I think those are my top ones that I'm most excited about that haven't come out yet, but that are coming out this year. Okay, next up, Deborah Lavoie says, if you could only keep 20 books, what would they be? Don't panic, it's make-believe. Hold on, I have to count. Okay. I'm gonna have to do this in like sections so I can think of them, like count them all out in my head. So, the Mortal Instruments, that's 5. The Infernal Devices, that's 3 more, so that's 8. A semi-definitive list of worst nightmares makes it 9. Lightning by Dean Koontz makes it 10. Death Prefers Blondes by Caleb Roig makes it 11. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue would be 12. Heartless by Marissa Meyer would probably be number 13. These are not in any particular order, really. Einstein's also right here trying to get me to play with his toy. He's right here. I'd want some light stuff that's fun too, so I would probably go with the Cassidy Blake series, which I think there's 3 of those, so that makes it 16. That's by Victoria Schwab. I would probably take The Silent Patient, so that would make it 17, by Alex Michaelides. The Wives by Taryn Fisher, yeah, so that's 18. I need some fun romancy stuff, so actually no, I would take instead of a fun romancy thing, I would probably take Jim and the Holograms graphic novel. Love it. So that's 19. And then I would take a book that I've never read because I would want something new to have at some point. And this is a book that everybody has loved that I own, and that is The House on the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune. So those are my 20. Okay, next up, the Curious One asked, why are you moving again? We got an offer on this house. Like, we weren't planning on moving. We didn't list this house or anything. We started getting offers on it. We have a really great location. We bought the house for a fairly good price, and we started getting offers for more than what we paid for it. Enough to cover what we've put into it, because we've put a lot into this house. So to us, it was worth it, and we found this absolutely amazing house, this stunning house that we love, and we're so excited. The only downside to this new house is I'm not gonna have a library. At least not while Xander's living at home. When he moves out, then I'll probably make one of these rooms a library. But for now, I'm not gonna have a library. So my ridiculous amount of books and bookshelves are gonna have to get spread out throughout this house. It's gonna be hard, but I'm just so excited about this house, and I cannot wait to show it to you guys. Like, I feel emotional right now just talking about it. Like, I was there earlier today. It's so nice, and I love the people that we're buying it from. Like, the guy, he actually works with Marty, and the girl is just amazing, and we have like the same taste. Like, she's all about pink and chandeliers and cutesy. Yeah, so we get along very well already, and I think we're gonna have like a friendship long past this house, and I'm so excited for it. Books and Scribble says, how are you? Well, thank you for asking, though I answered that one already. What are your current favorites? TV shows / movies, songs, snacks, drinks, and non-book related hobbies. Ooh, this is fun. Okay. Favorite TV shows / movies right now. I don't really watch a huge amount of TV, just because I have so much going on. What I have been watching, gosh, what is it? Baking Impossible. That's what Xander and I have been watching, a lot of Baking Impossible. Like when we were eating or whatever, when it was just the two of us. Or like at night before he went to bed or something. That was fun. Like, they make all kinds of stuff, but it's also edible. I was just very entertained by that. Xander's gotten into cooking and stuff lately, so he's loving watching all these cooking shows. Song, what's that new Lizzo song? It's so fun. I love Lizzo. Like, I just love Lizzo. So Whatever that new song of hers is. It's fun. Snacks. Peanut M&Ms. Or, I've got 2 snacks on my desk. Fudge covered Oreos. Though I have been, I've not been eating the way I'm supposed to be eating lately because of Xander in this whole cooking thing he's wanting to do. He's been making a lot of different kinds of grilled cheese and other food type things. I actually hear the oven going off and it smells like they might have made brownies or something. I don't know. I've been eating a lot of interesting grilled cheese with things you wouldn't imagine go on grilled cheese. Some of them have been really good. Some of them have not. But I've been eating a lot of them. Drinks. I drink a lot of these hint waters and sparkling ice flavored waters. Those are like typically my go-to drink, and coffee. And then non-book related hobbies. Lately, I haven't really been doing any hobbies except, oh, paint by number. Like, that's probably the most recent thing. I love paint by numbers. So I find that very, very relaxing. Like listening to an audiobook and doing paint by numbers. Granted, it's been a minute since I've been able to do those because I've got a million other things I have to do. I have a feeling this is going to be a really, really long video. Hopefully I can edit it down to be small enough. Books and Scribbles also says, I love your travel vlogs, by the way. Where will you go next? So actually next week, which for you, it'll be right before this, we will be going to Indianapolis for a thing called DCI. It's Drum Corps International. So we're gonna be gone Wednesday through Sunday for that. And I think this video is actually posting like 2 days after we get back from that. And then in September, Marty and I are driving up to New York City and we are taking a Canadian cruise. Granted, I've had my fill of Canada for a little while, but we booked this cruise a long time ago. So yeah, there's that. We're going in the middle of September, which is in the middle of season-a-thon. It's also in the middle of selling this house and closing on the new house. So September is going to be ridiculous. And then I don't know that we have anything else planned really as far as travel until February of 2023. Me and Marty and Xander are flying to Sydney, Australia, and we're gonna take a New Zealand cruise, which is gonna be really awesome. Though when we go to that, because of everything that happened on this Alaskan cruise that we went on, we are just going to carry on our bags. We're not checking any bags. We do not want a repeat of what happened. If you don't know what happened, I'm gonna link the vlog up here. At least the last part. Yeah. Books for Life says, if you had to get rid of 10 books, what would they be? I just got rid of like 300, so they would be books that I would say I've read and they've gotten less than 4 stars, or which are a lot of books, because a lot of books I'll give like 3.5 stars to. They were good, but I'm not gonna read them again, so they can go. And also I went through my shelves and got rid of anything that I didn't think that I was very interested in anymore. Like I found I really don't like detective or cop or like special agent kind of books so much, so those are all going away. Also, I went through Goodreads and pretty much most books that I had on my shelf that were below like a 3.5 on Goodreads, I decided to get rid of. There were a couple that I'm still holding on to, but most of them, yeah, they're going away. Master Sal says, what has been your biggest difference of book opinion with Marty, where he has loved the book and you haven't, or vice versa? P.S. Love that you guys read together. The Wife Between Us, I think he gave it 5 stars, and I think I gave it like 3. Though I think probably the biggest one was I think it's called Obsidian. I was wrong, I had to look it up. It was called Incarceron by Catherine Fisher. I gave it 1 star and Marty gave it 5 stars. Or I might have given it 2, but I think I gave it 1 star and he gave it 5 stars. So I averaged it on Goodreads as a 3 star. I really just didn't care for it at all. And he loved it. And I'm just like, okay. So yeah, that. Carolyn Live says, what jobs have you had before YouTube? Have any of those jobs helped you in your YouTube career? What skills do you think transfer? I've had a lot of odd jobs. I think my last job that I worked before YouTube was I sold Nissans. I was a car saleswoman. Yeah, I sold Nissans. But then Becca, my daughter, she came home and she was having a really hard time with her school, being bullied and things like that. And we hadn't lived in Tennessee for very long and girls were just really, really mean to her. And she came home and she said she wanted to be homeschooled. So after much discussion, I quit my job and homeschooled her. So I actually hadn't had a regular job in quite some time before, for like 5 years, I think, before I started YouTube. But I did do a lot of things like waitressing and all kinds of stuff. Office work. I worked for a plumbing company at one point. As far as jobs that helped me in my YouTube career, as far as technical, not really. But as far as personal, yes, I think a lot of those jobs kind of went into the same kind of people person kind of jobs, like selling cars, waiting tables. You got to be personable and be able to talk with people and things like that. And that definitely helps with talking to all of the internet. Okay, we're almost to the end of the questions. So Vanessa Hintz says, if you had to choose between Xander and Marty to pick your books TBR for the next 6 months, who would you pick and why? I would 100% pick Marty. Because Xander, he can be mean when it comes to things that he picks. But Marty would pick things that I think he would also be interested in, so we can maybe read them together. And then the last person to ask a question, and this was literally asked today, like the day that I'm filming this, was Joe Linsdale. Hold on. They made brownies, or Xander made brownies, and they smell divine.
Try it.
I can't try it right now.
Try it.
In a little bit.
Ah.
See, this is why I'm having trouble with eating the way I'm supposed to. Okay, so Joe Linsdale says, favorite authors, and if you could visit any fictional world, which one would you pick and why? Favorite authors would be Cassandra Clare, Victoria Schwab. As far as graphic novels, probably Scotty Young. He did the I Hate Fairyland. Love those. Neil Shusterman. Yeah, those are like... Oh, and Jennifer L. Armentrout. Yeah. And the fictional world I would want to go to would probably be Keeper of the Lost Cities. I forget what it's called where they are, but yeah, I'd want to go there because it seems really just very cool. I want to see all the creatures that are there. Okay, oh my goodness, so that is all the questions we have for this Q&A. Thank you all for giving me questions to answer, because I don't know what I would have done if I hadn't had very many questions. So thank you again for giving me questions, and these were fun questions. I look forward to doing this again sometime in the future. But now let's talk about my Ko-fi membership. So if you don't know what Ko-fi is, it's a platform much like Patreon. However, Patreon takes a lot higher fees and stuff from the creators. And so like a big portion of the money that you're you know, paying for a membership in Patreon is actually going to Patreon and not the creator. So coffee is different. Okay, so I have my little papers here where I wrote everything down so I could hopefully remember everything, because there's a lot. Okay, so I created 3 different tiers, and each tier gets special benefits that my regular YouTube viewers might not get. And it's sort of just a gift for supporting me and helping me with creating, you know, having the ability to be able to do what I do. And yeah, so we have tea, coffee, and then wine, because I love them all, but I love me some wine. So for the first tier, we have tea. That is $5 a month, and that gives you a private chat community on Discord. I created a whole new Discord for this. We're going to do monthly movie and or TV show watches together, which is going to be a lot of fun. I'm super excited for that. I've done a few in the past with Season-a-thon, and I'm super excited to do this with my coffee members. And then there's also going to be access to my coffee exclusive 24-hour readathon that I'm going to do twice a year, and it's just gonna be fun. I'm not sure exactly when we're gonna do them, but yeah, I'm gonna do them twice a year, and we're going to do like live shows throughout and all kinds of stuff. And you get to recommend a book for my wheel of TBR. So I'm going to put a special spot on my wheel that says coffee, K-O-F-I, and that spot is going to stay on my wheel. It's not going to get swapped out for a different prompt. That's going to be on my wheel every single month. So whenever I spin and land on the coffee prompt, I will be picking a prompt, like picking a book that you've recommended out of my coffee mug, which I'm excited for. I haven't decided which thing I'm going to use for my coffee mug, but I just thought that was super cute. So I could end up getting coffee, like the coffee prompt, multiple times in a month, since that one's not actually going to go off the board. Okay, so those are the benefits for the tea level for tier 1. For tier 2, the coffee level, it's $15 a month, and you get all of those benefits, plus you get a buddy read with me each month. We'll have a Zoom party each month with games and a buddy read discussion. You'll get early access to all of my Booktube videos, except for, well, all of my videos, not just Booktube, all of my videos except for any live shows or premieres. You get to vote and access a monthly coffee exclusive vlog. So you'll get to vote on which videos I will do, like which vlogs I'll do, what kind of vlog, and then that will just be for this tier and higher. Nobody else on YouTube is going to get to see it. The tea level doesn't get to see it. It's just coffee and wine. You get to share that. And then you also will get behind the scenes Season-a-thon updates. So you're going to know like when we're discussing things, what things are being discussed, what themes we're thinking of, maybe even get ideas on some of the prompts, things like that. So you'll get some like behind the scenes info. Okay, and then for our super awesome mega quart jug of wine, for our wine tier, tier 3, this is $30 a month. So this is going to be sort of a seasonal tier. So there's only going to be openings available at the beginning of each season, except for this season because we're in the middle of a season right now. So this season there'll be August and September. Future me here just realized that I didn't specify something about this season for the wine tiers. Because it is starting in the middle, you still get the seasonal perks. If you join in August, you will get the seasonal perks at the end of the summer season. So yes, you do
You still get all of it even though it's only 2 months, but this will be the only time that it will happen for a 2-month span. But for the fall season, it's going to be October, November, and December, so it'll only be open in October, and winter will only be open in January, and that's for January, February, March, and then spring will only be open in April, so that'll be April, May, June, and then next summer it'll be only open in July, so it'll be July, August, and September. So the way this works is you get all the previous perks plus a lot of perks. So the first one being, you have a vote that will help decide future authors for Season-a-thon. So the way that we select our authors is we go through and we figure out, you know, who's got books coming out and things like that. And we create a list and we narrow that list down and narrow it down until we have like about 15 authors or maybe less. And then Clint, Kaylani, and I, we sort these authors each individually. We sort them in order of 1 through whatever the number is, 15 or whatever. And then we take those and put them like in a little chart and we average out the scores for each, or we add up the scores for each. And so if, say, I put this author at number 1 and Clint put this author at number 2 and Kaylani put this author at number 5, then they got a score of 8. So the lowest score, like if they all got, like, the lowest score they could get would be 3. The lowest score is the first author we would contact and try to get for our Season-a-thon. So my wine tier members will get to vote they'll be provided with the list of those top 15 or however many we have, and you will all have the chance to vote, and then I will take your vote and put that with ours, and you will have a weigh-in on which authors we actually get to select, and you'll know who it's narrowed down to. So I think that's pretty cool. Next up, you will get seasonal surprise book mail. So you'll be able to select your choice by a form each season. You must be in this tier for all 3 seasons to receive your book choice. The following options will be offered. You can get a surprise book from your wish list options. You could get a blind date with a book. You'd be given 4 options. There would be like new releases, my favorite books, books on my TBR. I don't know, just you would get 4 options in the blind date for books. You won't be given the title of the books, but instead 5 or so words that describe the book without giving it away. And then those books will be wrapped so that you can have a surprise experience when opening it. And then you also have the option of a Kindle book, like a Kindle ebook or an audiobook. And as far as international, you do have these options as well. As far as the blind date goes, your book will not be wrapped. Instead, it'll be sent directly from Book Depository to you. And last, but certainly not least, the biggest perk of all is Book Buddy of the Month. I'm excited about this one. So Book Buddy of the Month has got like extreme power. Like, yeah, they are the ruler, controller of a lot. So the Book Buddy of the Month is selected in the order that they join. So somebody that's been a member for 6 months, they're going to get chosen before somebody that just joined last month, kind of thing. And so this way it seems to be the most fair. In the order that they've joined this membership tier, that's the order in which they'll become Book Buddy of the Month. And I will be announcing, you know, the Book Buddy of the Month in my Cards Against My TBR video. So the perks that the Book Buddy of the Month gets, they will receive a spotlight post on Ko-fi. And you know those movie/TV watches that we're gonna have, they actually get to choose, the Book Buddy gets to choose what TV show or what movie we will watch that month. The Book Buddy of the Month will also get access to my video suggestion channel in Discord. I have a separate channel on the Discord that I created where you can go and you can put suggestions for videos that you'd like to see me do in there, and I'll like work towards
trying to do these videos. The book buddy of the month also gets to pick the buddy read of the month from my owned TBR. Words are hard right now. I've been talking for way too long. I'll send you a link to my like owned shelf on Goodreads, and you get to peruse and choose whichever book you want, and that's going to be the buddy read that me and you, we're going to personally read together, but also the group is going to get to read along and do the buddy read with us as well. And I will do like sections on a Discord where it breaks down like each part of the buddy read, so like maybe by chapter or something, so that we can discuss in that specific one, so there's no spoilers, so you don't have somebody that's finished the book talking about things and spoiling it for people that are just getting started. Next up, the book buddy of the month gets to choose a book for me to purchase for my read of the month, and they will be selecting that from my wish list, and then they will be reimbursed with a gift card for whatever the amount is, so they're not actually having to pay for it or anything. And then I will have to read that book, not knowing what book I'm being sent, but I'll have to read that book in that month, or I'll get a punishment the next month and also still have to read the book. And then last but certainly not least, the last perk for the book buddy of the month is they will receive a box of goodies, for example, mugs, snacks, tea, something like that, with preferences selected via a form. And internationals will receive small gifts that can be mailed in like a letter kind of envelope, including gift cards, things like that, because shipping is so expensive internationally. So yeah. Okay, that is all of the info for my coffee membership tiers. I'm super excited for it. I'm like, oh, I'm really looking forward to all the fun that's going to be had with that. And then now all that I have left to talk to you about is my giveaway. Okay, as I said, this is like my biggest giveaway that I have ever done. Most of the time with a giveaway, I've done maybe like a book that I already had, like I had multiple copies of it or something like that. Okay, so the only things that you have to do to be entered into this giveaway is be a subscriber, have your settings set so that I can see that you are a subscriber, if they're not like hidden or anything, and comment down in this video, like in the comments section, where I can reach you. And then when I do try to contact the winner, like whenever I contact whoever wins, you must respond. I would say within 24 hours, or I have to move on to the next winner. I will randomly select my winner from the comments. So you have to comment, and then I'm going to check and make sure you're a subscriber. And then when I write you, however you tell me to write you, then you have to respond back and let me know your choices and such. Okay, so here's when the giveaway will stop and what the giveaway winner will win. So the giveaway will stop when I hit 5,000 subscribers. I am so close, so close to hitting 5,000 subscribers. So when I reach that point, giveaway is done. And what the winner will receive is their choice of 5 books from either Amazon or Book Depository up to $100. Yeah, so any 5 books up to $100 from one of those places. Because like if you're international, I want it to be open to international. So if you're international, it's gonna have to be Book Depository. And if you're in the States, it can be Book Depository or Amazon. So yeah, that's everything. This is a really long video, and I'm hoping I can edit it down to be smaller. But yeah, I've been sitting here a long time. Also, Xander's brought me grilled cheese, barbecue sauce, and brownies. He's gonna make me fat. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos like this, click that subscribe button down below. And until next time, remember to always be completely you. Bye.